Is my screen is visible?
Not yet, sir.
Now is my screen is visible?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is my screen is visible, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So today we will start the
Yes, sir.
first point of the syllabus, that is unit 1, teaching and training. So in this unit we are cover the concepts of teaching, what are the objectives of teaching, levels of teaching, and memory and understanding level of teaching,
Sir.
and effective level of teaching. Sir.
Presentation mode ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿ.
Sir, presentation mode I have done first. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Visible.
First slide is teaching aptitude.
Sir, presentation mode. ಕೆಳಗಡೆ. Yes. Not yet.
So that will showing the full presentation mode.
Sir, ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಅದ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ.
That is that symbol, it will show the full cover, sir. Slideshow.
Yeah.
Reading.
Slideshow.
That one I am doing, sir.
Yes, okay.
So this concept, this unit, we are covering with the concept of teaching, objectives, level of teaching, that are memory level, understanding level, reflective level, what are the characteristic of this teaching, and basic requirements needed for the teaching. So the first slide, is it visible? Teaching aptitude. Hello?
It is on fourth slide.
You are on?
Fourth slide, number 4.
No. What is the content?
Meaning. It is fourth slide, sir. Now
No,
third.
sir.
Yes, sir. Second
Teaching
slide.
aptitude.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So teaching aptitude. What is teaching aptitude? In your NCISM syllabus, they have mentioned that we are testing the teaching aptitude of the upcoming teachers. So you have to know first what is teaching aptitude. Teaching aptitude is an essential tool for assessment of teachers. Aptitude means it is an essential tool for assessment of teachers. It is a tool. Aptitude is nothing but this is tool for assessing the teachers. It is mode of evaluating the performance of individual who wish to pursue the profession of teaching. So this method refers to the necessary qualities required to become a successful teacher. So this is the meaning of aptitude. They have mentioned that this test will be based on aptitude. So you have to know what is aptitude. Aptitude means they are screening you, or they are assessing you for whether you are eligible for teaching profession or not. That is the meaning of this teaching aptitude. Next, in concepts of teaching, it is important to know that what is teaching. So I request all of you that whatever concept I am now telling you, you should think that in the broader sense, not in the narrower sense. Teaching means you should don't think about only classroom teaching or particular specific teaching methods. Teaching in the broader sense, all the methods, all the way of teaching, what happening in our life, you think like that, then only you can understand the concepts of teaching. So now I will tell that what is the teaching. Teaching is a communication between two or more people who influence each other by ideas and learn something in the process of interaction. Teaching is to fill in the minds of the learners by information and knowledge of facts for future use. Teaching is a process in which learners, teachers, curriculum, and other variables are organized in a systematic way to attain some predetermined goal. So first we have to understand this definition. This definition is in the broader sense. So we have to see the keywords. teaching is a communication. So communication is important. Communication is important. Teaching is a communication between two or more people, whether the communication is direct, indirect, or other methods of communication. Without communication, the teaching will not happen. So communication between two or without communication, teaching will not happen. So the communication is needed in between two or more people who influence each other. In this, the one person will influence to another by their ideas, or and they learn something in the process of their interaction. If two or more people communicating, and then they will share some ideas, and they will learn by in the process of interaction. And teaching is to fill in the minds of the learners by information and knowledge of facts for future use. Teaching is nothing but we are filling the minds of learners by information. We are giving the information, knowledge of facts to the learners for the future use. They may apply that information and knowledge for the future use. Then teaching is a process in which learners, teachers, curriculum, and other variables are organized in a systematic way to attain some predetermined goal. What is this? In teaching process, we need four things. One is learners, teachers, curriculum, and other variables. Other variables like environment, other tools for the teaching. The other things will comes under the other variables. Lot of things are needed for the teaching purpose. They come under the other variable. Variable means other type of instruments or things should be there in the teaching processes. So what are the four things needed in the teaching process? First one is learners should be there. Without learners, teaching will not happen. Teachers should be there. And curriculum is a specific document that talks about the what should be do or done for that particular subject concerned. That's why curriculum is also needed, and other variables are needed. To summarize this, teaching is a communication between two or more people who influence each other by ideas and learn something. The outcome is learn something. They will learn something in the process of interaction. Teaching is fill in the minds of learner by information, knowledge of facts. Facts matlab which are actually facts. They are truth. We are filling the minds of learners by informations and knowledge for their future use. Teaching is a process in which learners, teachers, curriculum, and other variables are organized in a systematic way. This is also important. Organized in the systematic way. It is organized in the systematic way. Learners, teachers, curriculum, and other variables needed for teaching, and these are organized in the systematic way to attain some predetermined goal. They are organized in a systematic way for the purpose of predetermined goal. What is the predetermined goals? Before conducting any class or any subject, they have predetermined goal. That is, I have to if I have to deliver this topic at the end of this class, the learner should able to represent, memorize, and other outcome based. The teacher have some predetermined goal. After the teaching process, the learner should able to produce that are we called as a predetermined goal. It depends on the what you teaching. Predetermined goals are depend upon the what you are teaching. That depends the predetermined goal. This concepts of teaching, this definition you have to take in the broader sense. It is not for any particular education system, school education, higher education. In general, teaching, what is teaching? Teaching may happen in the two lay persons also. If two or more people are communicate with each other, and they share some idea regarding other fields, and they learn something in their interaction, that is also teaching. This definition speaks in the broader sense. Everyone clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Any doubt? These are new
Yes,
things.
sir.
That's why I am elaborating and I am giving example, because this is first time all of you are learning this concept. Nowhere in the our curriculum or syllabus we learn this concept. That's why I am. You should listen carefully, and if you not understood, don't worry. We will move on and we will repeat. In a lot of people will not understand only at a time, or one time you will not understand, or you may not get correct picture about this definition or concept. Don't worry, it will be later on, we will be clear about these definitions, concepts. Just you have to concentrate and listen what I am telling. Is this clear? So
Yes,
you
sir.
have to remember keywords. You have
Yes,
to,
sir.
communication is there, sharing influence, interaction is there. They by teaching process, learning will happen, and information and knowledge will be filled in the minds of learners for the future use. And teaching process has four things: learner should be there, teacher should be there, curriculum should be there, and other variables are should be there, organized in a systematic way to attain the some predetermined goal. Teaching always has some predetermined goal. Without goal, we will not teach. That is the concept of teaching. So next, I will move the second slide. So meaning, whether slide is visible? Meaning,
Yes,
voice, sir?
sir.
Huh.
Yes, sir.
So the word teaching derived from to teach, which means to instruct. To instruct. The teaching word derived from to teach. To teach means to instruct to others. Then in process which one individual makes something known to another individual. In this teaching process, individual makes something known to another individual, and initially the teaching is considered as bipolar process. So what is bipolar process? According to John Adam, in the narrow meaning, teaching has two poles. One is teacher, another one is student. So mean in the meaning of narrow meaning, John Adam called this teaching as a teaching is a bipolar process where the teacher is there, then one another pole student is there. This is the bipolar process in the narrow meaning defined by the John Adam. Then after that, in the broader sense, they have understood that not only two poles are there. Actually, there is a another pole. In the broader meaning, teaching is a tripolar process. Teacher should be there, student should be there, next curriculum should be there. Now the concept is shifted from bipolar to tripolar: teacher, students, curriculum. This is the tripolar process. But now actually another one is added. Actually now what is there, that is quadripolar. Quadripolar means in quadripolar, four quadrants. One is teacher, one is student, one is curriculum, another one is teaching learning environment. Now actually the concept tells that teaching is a quadripolar. What are the components? One is teacher, another is student, another is curriculum, fourth one is learning teaching environment. So now teaching is a quadripolar process. Initially it has told that bipolar process by John Adam, teacher and students are there. After that, tripolar concept comes: teacher, students, and curriculum should be there. But nowadays, they think that not only this teacher, student, curriculum is important, learning, teaching environment is also important in the teaching process. Without a proper learning teaching environment, that learning will not happen. If teacher is also there, student is also there, curriculum is also there, if proper environment is not there, then the teaching process will be hampered. That's why teacher, student, curriculum, and learning teaching environment all will build the teaching process. Now teaching is a quadripolar concept. Clear everyone up to this?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So teaching is an important part of process of education. Its special function is to impart knowledge, develop understanding and skill. So we will talk about education. So education is a system. So teaching is a part of education. It is a process. Without teaching, education will not happen. It has special function like it impart the knowledge, it develops the understanding and certain skills in the learners. So this is the teaching. Then some scholars have defined teaching which are as follows. uh, all of you know that if a particular definition is there, different authors, different scholar will different manner. For example, epidemiology, the epidemiology, lot of epidemiology definitions are there, but we will take standard one like that. Some scholars have given different definition according to their opinion. So according to SC Marison, what HC Marison will say about teaching is an intimate contact between the more mature personality and less mature one. According to Marison's का opinion क्या है? Can I talk in between Hindi? No problem. Hello.
No problem, sir.
No problem, sir.
According to Morrison, उनका कहना क्या है? Teaching is an intimate contact. Intimate contact. Which type of contact? Intimate contact between more matured person and less mature. The more person, for example, the more mature person will contact with the less mature one, and that one we called as a teaching is an intimate contact between more mature personality and less mature person. This more personality person will know something more things than less mature one. Like that, in general, what we told senior and junior. So senior will somewhat mature person compared to the junior one. He can teach something, he can tell something to junior. In that sense, the Morrison tells that teaching is an intimate contact between the more mature personality and less mature one. Or in another context, more mature means the maturity may be in the political field, religion field, education field, whatever sense. This is the broader sense of definition. For example, more mature personality means the senior political leader, he is a more personality. The just joining any person join the political party, he is a less mature one. So they will intimate contact will happen between them, and the less mature person will learn something from the mature personality. Next, another scholar Jackson, according to him, teaching is a face-to-face encounters between two or more persons, one of whom intends to bring certain changes in the other participant. All of the definitions are giving this same knowledge or same information, but they have defined in the different way. Why these are important? Because in sometimes these sentence they
Sir,
will
your voice is not clear, sir.
hello now hello.
Yeah, sir.
According to Jackson, teaching is a face-to-face encounters between two or more persons, one of whom intends to bring certain changes in the other participants. इसका meaning क्या है? It is an encounter between two or more person. One will bring changes, certain
The
changes.
slide is not visible, sir.
Slide is not visible.
It is visible,
It is-
sir.
It is
Other
visible.
participants
Visible.
Visible, sir.
visible. Please check the connection, madam.
It is visible, sir.
No
problem.
visible, sir.
What is your name, madam? Hello, sir. All are visible.
Savita, sir.
All are visible.
Sir, it is visible.
Yes,
No?
visible, sir.
Please check the connection, madam, because all of other all are telling that it is visible. Please check once.
No
Or
visible,
refresh.
sir.
Huh? Okay. According to Jackson, teaching is a face-to-face encounters between two or more persons, one of whom intends to bring certain changes in the other participants. This is in general, you can take the face-to-face encounter होता है, उसपे one person brings the changes in the another participant, because this is the definition of Jackson. For example, if you meet two or more people, one person will tell about something information, and he make the changes to join his group, or he make these certain changes that is the face-to-face encounters between two or more persons. One person will brings the changes in the other participant. That is the definition according to Jackson. Then next, NL Gate, according to him, teaching is an interpersonal influence aimed at changing the behavior potential of another person. The same meaning, the same, these definitions also conveying the same meaning. Teaching is a interpersonal influence. Interpersonal means between two persons. Influence will happen from one person to another person, aimed at changing the behavior potential of another person. Your personality influencing me, and if I change my behavior, that is the teaching according to NL Gate. Teaching is a interpersonal influence aimed at changing the behavior potential of the another person. So up to this, all of you clear? Any doubt?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Next, according to this, the teaching can be defined as, or we can according to three viewpoint. हमने ये टीचिंग को कैसे देखता है अकॉर्डिंग टू व्यू पॉइंट वी कैन डिफाइन थ्री टाइप्स. First one is authoritarian type of teaching. Second one is democratic type of teaching. Third one is laissez-faire type of teaching. So we will see one by one what are these type of teaching. First one is authoritarian. Authoritarian means the image is visible. Authoritarian, laissez-faire, democratic, do X, the symbolic persons are there. Is this slide is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
In
sir.
authoritarian or autocratic, both are similar words. Don't confuse. In picture, here written as autocratic, it comes under the authoritarian only. In the authoritarian type of teaching, what happens? The teacher or instructor or whatever influencer person tells that do X, means do something, then the learners or other persons will do that thing only. So authoritative in nature. What teacher tells, the student should do that thing only. Authoritative. That means authoritative means do X means all of you do X only. In the laissez-faire teaching, what happens? The teacher tells do X or Y as you see fit. टीचर ने बोलता है आपने X और Y, आपको क्या अच्छा लगता है आप कर सकते. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, for solving the any mathematical problems, if there are two methods, you can do this method or you can do that method. Or for example, any definition is there for in Ayurveda, we will by the slokas for definition. Sometimes teacher will show that whether tell that whether you can write the charaka according to charaka, according to Sushruta definition. Whatever you easily by heart, you can write according to Ashtanga Hridaya. Whatever you feel better or whatever you need, you can by heart or you can write that exam. Here laissez-faire में क्या होता है? Do X or Y as you see fit. आपको कौन सा easy लगता है आप करो. Democratic teaching में क्या होता है? What is the democratic teaching? Do which is best. Which is best? आपको which one is best? For example, certain definitions we will consider as a Charaka's definitions are best. So in democratic teaching क्या होता है? आपको क्या best लगता है? You have choice. You can also tell this definition is best. This definition is not that much suitable. You can freely you can tell that this is best, this is not good. So this type of opinion is possible in the democratic teaching. In laissez-faire and democratic, what is the difference? In laissez-faire, it will leads to the creativity. If you tell do X or Y, whatever you fit, then it leads to the creativity in the learners. But in democratic, it will tell that choose the best one, which is best. You are free to tell that this is best, this is not best. In laissez-faire, you are not able to tell that this is best. You can do what is suitable for you, but you cannot tell that which is best. Clear? Up till this clear? What is authoritarian, laissez-faire, democratic type of teaching? Authoritarian means do what I am telling. Do X means do X only, no other things. In laissez-faire, do X or Y as you see fit. आपको कौन सा easy लगता है वो कर सकते हैं आप. This type of teaching is laissez-faire. Democratic means do which is best. That is the democratic type of teaching. So slight differences between laissez-faire and democratic. Initially you make confusion with this too. Don't worry. Further slides it will be clear. Next I am moving next slide. So first one is I will explain in detail about this authoritarian. Authoritarians means, are you able to see the image? The
Yes,
one
sir.
person is telling the girl, you do it my way. In authoritarian teaching, what happens? You do it in my way. What I am telling how was to do, you should follow my instruction according to my way only. According to this, teaching is an activity of a memory level. It does not develop attitudes, thoughts among the students. It is also known as the thoughtless teaching. This teaching is a teacher center. So see, in this type of teaching, what happens? It is memory level only, because so by this sloka, the student will by this sloka only. In this type, there is a no much interaction. This type of teaching happens in initial days of school. The teacher will tell that by the numbers, we will by the numbers. You don't know about the numbers, multiplication, everything, but you by the numbers. This teaching activity is at the memory level. It does not develop the attitudes. Any attitudes develop nahi karte this type of teaching, and thought ko develop nahi karte among the students. Teaching is an activity at the memory level only. This teaching method works in the memory level. Student or learners does not develop any attitudes and thoughts among the students. It is known, that's why it is known as a thoughtless teaching. If I tell by heart these numbers, then you simply by heart based on the memory level, but you should not thought about why this 2 is to 4 like that. So this is thoughtless teaching. Initial teaching will be according to this authoritarian one. The school children will learn like this. मेरा टीचर ये बाहर करने के लिए बोला है, यही करना है, यही करेक्ट है. So this type of attitude comes in the child. This type of teaching usually happens in the child education. Then this teaching is a teacher centered. So what is mean of this teacher center? The entire teaching method is centered, focused on the teacher. What teacher tells is that is correct. The child believes that what my teacher is telling, what teacher is telling about the subject, that is good, and the student will not interact. The child will not interact. The child simply learn. The teacher is teacher center. It is not a student center or learner center. The main role is teacher one. That is, this is teacher centered. Any doubt? What is teacher centered means? Teacher has the major role, teacher centric. Teacher will tell the student, by this, do this, then the child will do or student will do. This is authoritarian type of teaching. Can I move next?
Yes,
Clear authoritarian? Any doubt?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Next, democratic teaching. So according to this style, according to this method of teaching, this teaching level happens at the understanding level. Understanding level mein this will work in the understanding level. Then memory level teaching is prerequisite. To go to this democratic teaching, the prerequisite is memory level teaching होना चाहिए. पहले आपको पता होना चाहिए concept. In the school level, you can already learn some things, some subjects, some concept based on the memory level. The prerequisite is memory level. If you know the matter, information, then only you will try to understand it. So this is understanding level democratic teaching. This teaching is known as thoughtful teaching. Here, from here, the thought will start. Why this is 4? Why 4 into 2 is 8? Or why this is this? We will start understanding that knowledge or concept in this level, that is the democratic level. According to this point of view, then interactive process involved in the classroom में interaction शुरू होता है. सर आपने ये बताया कि क्यों ऐसा है, क्यों ऐसा करना है, क्या है, वो interaction will happen, the understanding will happen in this democratic teaching method, and talks that take place between students and teachers. Students and टीचर्स के बीच में बात होता है, मतलब स्टूडेंट्स एंड टीचर विल टॉक ईच अदर एंड दे विल try to understand the concept subject in this type of teaching level. In this, student can ask questions and criticize the teachers. So students are free to ask the questions, why it is like this, why it is not like that. So he can also criticize your ma'am, I am not understanding your what you are telling. So you can give the feedback also, that is you can criticize the teachers. In this, student can ask the questions and self discipline is instant. It is not mean that if you can criticize the teachers, it means you can not tell anything about the teachers. It should be have some discipline. Self discipline should be insisted in the students, and students are free to ask any question in this type of democratic teaching. The word democratic means democracy. In democracy, anyone can ask for anything. So like that concept has taken under this type of teaching style or this type of method, that is democratic teaching. In democracy, everyone have rights to ask the questions. Like that concept works here also. The student can ask the questions, but discipline is there. Discipline should be maintained. So in this level, the understanding will start, and this is the thought also start in this type of teaching level. Any doubt? Interaction is also there. Talk happens between the students and teachers in this level. But in previous level, only teacher centric. Teacher will teacher bolte jate hai, bacche sunte jate. That is teacher centric means. That is the first one. Understood this democratic meaning?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Next, laissez-faire attitude. What is laissez-faire? It is a reflective level of teaching. So what is a reflective level of teaching? We will discuss. Reflective level is more difficult than the other two levels of teaching. That is, reflective level means before this level, there are two levels we learn, that is memory level and understanding level. Before go to the reflective level, these two levels are important. आपको memory level से concept पता होना चाहिए, then you will understand the concept, then you can reflect what are the concept, you can go to the higher version in this laissez-faire or attitude. But prerequisite यही है, understanding level and memory level are prerequisite for the before going to the reflective level of teaching. These are necessary. It is the most highly thoughtful activity. Laissez-faire में क्या होते हैं? Understanding level, thought starts in the understanding level, but laissez-faire is a reflective level, means highly thoughtful will happens in this type of learning teaching method. This level of teaching, both students and teachers are participants. This level provides the insights. For example, पीजी लेवल में हम क्या करते हैं? अंडरस्टैंडिंग लेवल पे स्टडी करते हैं. वी विल स्टडी विथ द आवर गाइड्स, वी विल इंटरेक्ट एंड वी विल अंडरस्टैंड द कॉन्सेप्ट. व्हाट इज द माय सब्जेक्ट? वी विल गो टू द डीप अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द सब्जेक्ट इन द पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट लेवल. बट इन द पीएचडी व्हाट हैपेंस? इट इज ए रिफ्लेक्टिव लेवल. पीएचडी में teacher and participants are both are there, but the you may go the more thoughtful. What is this concept? You will do the research. We will go in detail about the subject. That is the reflective level. Usually reflective level happens in the PhD level. You can give the more insight about the subject, topic, concepts. You will provide the high levels of insights. It is a higher version of the understanding level. Nothing but that. Understanding level will happen commonly in the postgraduate level. You will understand this specific topic, subject. What is this? full understanding will happen in the postgraduate level. After that, you can use that level, and you can reflect level, you can enter the reflect level of teaching method. That is that happens in the PhD like programs. That is the laissez-faire attitude. It is the higher version of the other two level. Prerequisite is memory level and understand level के बाद reflective level आता है, and it is the more insights will happen in this type of method. And it is difficult than the two levels, that is memory and understanding level से difficult है, because reflective level means this has not specific curriculum. Understanding के beyond you will go to in detail about the subject or concept. That is the reflect level of teaching in the laissez-faire attitude. समझ में आ रहा है ये laissez-faire? Any doubt?
Yes, sir.
Huh? All of you
Yes, sir.
clear?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt? The laissez-faire will induce the creativity. Creativity means you will go through the in detail about the subject or concept. You can create the new things. You can apply that one. It will give the new outcomes. That is, creativity will happens in this laissez-faire attitude. So we covered authoritarian, democratic, and laissez-faire, memory level, understanding level, and reflective level. Now we will see the nature or characteristic features of teaching. Whether my slide is visible, nature or characteristic features of teaching. This slide is visible.
Yes, sir.
So what are the hello?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Nature or characteristic features of teaching. So what are the teaching के characteristic क्या है, nature क्या है, what is the teaching, that explains in this concept. The characteristic features of teaching include the following. Has different level of teaching. Teaching में different types आपका level है. अभी तो हम study किया है, memory level है, understanding level है, and reflective level है, and other types of levels are also there by different authors, but we will not cover it here. We will see later on. Different level का teaching होता है. School का teaching अलग होता है, adult का teaching level अलग होता है, higher education का level होता है. Teaching has different levels of teaching. That is the meaning of this. Teaching takes place in a dynamic environment. Teaching कभी भी एक static constant environment में नहीं होता है. The teaching place environment constant changing environment will be there in the teaching process. The environment will change. That is the meaning. Environment in the sense, every time something new will happen. Not similar. If you compare two classes, from today class to tomorrow classes, something change is there. That is dynamic change will be there. Teaching takes place in the dynamic environment. That is changing environments. Somewhat certain thing will change in every teaching process. It is not same for every time. The changing environment will be there in the teaching process. Then teaching is closely related to education, learning, instruction, and training. Just you have to remember this sentence. We will elaborate in next slides. Teaching is closely related with education. Education के साथ closely related है. Without teaching process, education will not happen. Teaching is closely related with learning. Without teaching, learning will not happen. Teaching is related with instruction. What is instruction? We will see in the next later on. So teaching is related with instruction and training. By teaching only, we are training some persons, or that is related with instruction and training also. And teaching is an essential and intellectual activity. Of course, without intellectual activity, teaching will not happen. Teaching is a intellectual activity should be there. Intellect should be there. Then only teaching will happen. Without intellect, there is no teaching. Whatever type of intellect that may be, different types of intellectual we can use for teaching. But there is a essential intellectual activity should be there. Teaching is essential. Intellect, we will use the intellectual activity. Teaching is an art as well as science. Yes. Teaching is a art. How will we teach students? How will manage classroom? This is a one type of art, and it is always as well as it is a science. It is art as well as science. Teaching is a art as well as science. Teaching is a continuous process. Yes, teaching is a continuous process. Lifelong we will learn something, we will teach something to others in the one or other way. It is not like teaching is always happens in the classrooms. Day-to-day activities, day-to-day life, we will learn something from others. So that's what, in that sense, teaching is continuous process, lifelong process. We can tell teaching is a lifelong process. There is a no limitation. Teaching is an interactive process. So in teaching, interaction will happens, interactive will happens in the teaching. Without action, teaching will not happen. These are the characteristic features of teaching. Whether you are understood what are the nature or character, this is the simple one actually. Nature of characteristic features of the teaching. Briefly summarizing, it has different levels. Teaching place in the dynamic environment. Teaching is closely related with education, learning, instruction, and training. Teaching is essential and intellectual activity. Teaching is an art as well as science. Teaching is a continuous process. Teaching is an interactive process. Easy to understand. Any doubt here? No explanation is needed. It is self-explanatory only. The sentence will explain what is this. Can I go to next slide?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So in a teaching continuum, means teaching is a continuous process, and basically this teaching we can broadly divide as a basic elements as follows. What happens usually teaching, after the teachings, that affect broadly in two ways in the learners. It affect teaching affects in the broadly in the two types. One is change in behavior, another in is change in belief and knowledge. After teaching, these two are broader outcomes in the teaching. There may be change in the behavior of learner or change in the belief and knowledge in the learner. These are the two broader changes or outcome happens after the teaching. That is this chart showing change in the behavior happens and change in the belief and knowledge. Change in the behavior, we will tell that conditioning and training. It comes under the training and conditioning, and change in the belief and knowledge we will call as a indoctrination and instruction. So basically this conditioning, training, indoctrination, instructions are teaching only, but slight differences are there, marginal differences are there. That's why the terminologies like conditioning, training, indoctrination, instruction will be there. So all are teaching, by teaching only this will happen, but slight differences are there. After this certain teaching, if the change of behavior is there or we change the behavior, then it is called, it comes under the conditioning and training. First we will see the conditioning. What is conditioning? Conditioning is a change in the behavior of student. Conditioning is a behavioral psychology, is a theory that reactions to an object or event by a person or animal can modified by a learning or conditioning. Means here conditioning means certain teachings or certain instructions will be given like that. If any teacher comes in the classroom, we will stand up in the classroom. If any guest comes to the our home, then we will respect them, we will wish them. So that is in that condition, that stimuli, we will respond, that our behavior will change, we will respond. In this image, the person is telling that dog sit, stay, then the dog will stay there only. That is, he is conditioning, or for that stimuli the response will be change in the behavior. For example, like that, if teacher enters the classroom, the students will stand up. If guests are come to our home, we will respect, we will wish. That is the based on that stimuli, that event, that object, we will respond. The response in the nature of our behavior changes in that time. That is the conditioning. That type of teaching, that type of change, behavioral change, we call as conditions. When our behavior changes because of certain type of teachings in our home, our parents teach us that if anyone elder persons or any guest will come, wish them, respect them. So then our behavior will changes, we will do according to that. If any guest comes, we will respect them, wish them. That is the teaching. But here we are telling the term, not teaching, conditioning, then that type of teaching, then we call as a conditioning. This is condition should be there. That particular condition only, that particular stimuli only, our behavior will change. That's why we are calling this type of teaching as a conditioning. समझ में आ रहा है आपको? हेलो हेलो
Yes, sir.
हाँ
Yes,
ओके
sir.
कंडीशनिंग कब बोलना है हम दैट मेथड ऑफ टीचिंग को कंडीशनिंग कब बोलना है that make this some changes of behavior of student for particular stimulus or event. For example किसी का कुछ अच्छा हो गया, so we will wish, we will gratitude by that event or stimuli, our behavior will change. For example कुछ तो बुरा हो गया, कुछ तो डेथ हो गया किसी का, so how will behavior, change of behavior in that environment, how will behavior, that is we are, our parents are teaches us how to behave in that type of condition. That is the conditioning. That is also teaching, but we are not calling it that is teaching, that is conditioning. Understood? Conditioning, change in
Yes, sir.
behavior.
Yes, sir.
Next, training. Training is also teaching, but when we call it as a training, training is a teaching or development in oneself or others. Any skills, training as a specific goals of improving one's capability, capacity, productivity, and performance. Teaching and training में क्या difference है? How teaching will different from training? So without teaching, training will not happen. But training में क्या फर्क है? Training is aimed at developing skills for himself or for others. Skills develop करने के लिए and specific goals ये करने के लिए हमने training देता है. Teach, that is also a type of teaching, but when we call it as a training oneself or others to build up skills for to achieve specific goals, one's capacity, capability and productivity, performance improve करने के लिए हमने teach करते हैं, that one we called as training. For example, first aid training. First aid training में क्या होता है? Action will be happen. That is also teaching. If anyone suddenly attack with MI, we will we will give the training for CPR. वो क्या है, कैसे करना है, वो हम ट्रेनिंग देते हैं. टीच, we will use the term training, not teaching. That is teaching only, but the specific term you use for training means that has some difference. That is teaching will develop the skills, capacity, capability and performance, and it is a productivity. If you simply tell that when the person is suffering from MI, you will push the chest like this time, you will do the mouth to mouth breathing like that. If you teach, that will not come to the productivity and performance. If you actually train them how to do, if you perform actually, then that is called as a training. This is the difference between teaching and training. Training happens for specific goals, to do the performance, to increase the capability and capacity and productivity of the others. That is the training. समझ में आ गए? समझ में आ रहा है आपको? What is the training? How it is different from teaching? When we will use training in our curriculum, also we will use training. When in internship, the trainee we will call him as a trainee, because we are giving him as a training how to take case history. We will practically we are showing, that time it is called as a training. When he is in the classroom, you are telling in the OPD, when you go to the internship, you should do like that. That is teaching. Training means actually you are performing, you are developing the skill, capacity in the that person. That is the training. By hands training, some one teacher training program. Training will actually brings the our skills and capacity, and actually we do the that things in the reality, and we will perform something. That is called training. We will train for to do that specific goals. That is the training. समझ में आ रहा है? When we call it as training. Understood, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The next one is See, in the first change in the behavior, if two types, that is conditioning and training, we learn. Next, change in belief and knowledge. In this, indoctrination and instruction, two types are there. Now we will discuss about indoctrination. Whether slide is usable, indoctrination.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So when we call it as a indoctrination, so the process of teaching a person or group to accept a set of beliefs uncritically. अगर आप किसी को टीच कर रहे हैं, पर्सन को, ग्रुप को, your thoughts are accepted by that person or groups without uncritically. आप क्या बोलता है वो बिलीव करता है. That is indoctrination. Indoctrination, the beliefs and ideas are impressed upon the others, can be included in the teaching. Teaching can be done. I will tell what is this. What is indoctrination means? Any teaching without critically thinking, we will accept, we will change our knowledge. That is called as indoctrination. For example, in religious teaching, we directly accept what are the our gurus, our what we call religious person tells. We will directly accept without criticizing or without asking question, and we will think that that is the ultimate. What they are telling is ultimate. That is indoctrination. समझ में आ रहा है? Indoctrination means the ideas are change ourselves. We will change our knowledge because of their they will give the ideas or information. We will accept that thinking of that person or ideologies without criticizing them. We will change our knowledge. Oh, religious usually the indoctrination type of teaching will happen in the religious matters and other field also, not only for the religious matters. Indoctrination means it is a highest order of teaching. मतलब ये आदमी बोल रहे तो this is 100% sure, we should accept readily. So for example, in Ayurveda, what we do, Charaka's teachings or Charaka book, we will accept whatever Charaka is telling, that is true. We are not criticized, we are not asked why he is, can analyze, but we will ultimately accept the Charaka's opinion or Charaka Samhita is the ultimate for us. That is indoctrination. We can change our knowledge. We don't question. We don't think uncritically. We will accept that one. In that type of teaching is called as indoctrination. Highest order of teaching. To someone accept that type of teaching, your knowledge should be that much high level and your thoughts are that much of high level. Then only the person will accept without questioning, without thinking other things. They will accept all your thoughts and they will change their knowledge and attitude with your teachings or your thought. That is indoctrination. समझ में आ रहा है indoctrination? What is indoctrination? We will
Yes,
not
sir.
criticize, we will not think anything. Simply we believe in what they are telling. For example, God is omnipresent. Yes, we will accept this. God is omnipresent. God is there everywhere. So we will believe. So this type of teachings are indoctrinations. We will don't ask. We will accepting it. This type of process, this type of things is called as a indoctrination. Then the next sentence: the teaching can be done without indoctrination, but indoctrination is not possible without teaching. मतलब our teachings may be act as a indoctrination or not. मैं क्या टीच करता हूँ, मैं क्या बोलता हूँ, आप क्रिटिकल थिंक भी कर सकते, नहीं भी कर सकते. इट इज अप टू लर्नर, इट अप टू द पार्टिसिपेंट्स, इट इज सब्जेक्टिव. बट indoctrination is not possible without teaching. Teaching होना ही चाहिए. The spiritual gurus, what they will teach about morality, about spirituality, they will teach. Indoctrination not possible without teaching, but teaching can be done without indoctrination. I can't force you that you will accept this theory. So that is the meaning of this sentence. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Teaching can be done without indoctrination, but in indoctrination process, is not possible without teaching. Teach karna hi padta hai. That is the meaning of this sentence. Then it is the highest order of the teaching. So when we call it as a indoctrination, if someone accept any thinking or knowledge without any critical analysis, that type of changes of knowledge by that teaching method, then it will call as a indoctrination. Then we call it as a indoctrination. For example, the act of indoctrinating or teaching or inoculating people or our ideology. In also political parties also, any person enters to that particular without any questioning, they will accept the knowledge of that politics parties ideas. They will inoculate all the ideologies in the persons. The persons will also accept without criticizing, without questioning. Yes, you are correct, you are what you are telling, your ideology is good. So like that, indoctrination is we are accepting other ideologies or something directly, not questioning, not thought. We will not think about we will directly accept. That is the indoctrinations. It will usually in the religious matter or in political matter. It is in education also indoctrination happen. That is highest level of teaching is there. For example, any professor, any scientist is a highest level of knowledge. If he is telling, that is, it is acceptable. Yes, it is correct. So like that, we will tell that indoctrination is a highest level of teaching method. So clear what is indoctrination?
Yes, sir.
Next, instruction. When sometimes this instruction and teaching are interchangeable words. Sometimes in some textbook they have written instructions, sometimes teachings. Yes, teaching is a instruction is a part of teaching only, but both have some small thin line difference. That is, what is instruction? The delivery of content by a teacher does not involve an interaction between teacher and learner, but facilitates achievement of teaching objectives. Instruction is a part of teaching. Instruction is a vital for education, as it is the transfer of learning from one person to another person. Anytime you give the directions how or how to do something, you are receiving the instruction. So it is also giving the learning and but only difference between teaching and instruction is in instructions. Instruction, what happens, does not involve the interaction between the teacher. For example, to achieving the objective, for example, in solving the in classroom for any computer program, the teacher will tell that now enter the CA, now give the space, now enter the enter button. Now we will the teacher will give instruction, the student will simply follow that instruction. They finally achieve the what they want, or the objective what they want to achieve by instruction. Here interaction will not happen, the student will not ask, but ultimate objective is, ultimate goal is achieving, but the teacher merely instructing the students. Go first multiply by this number, next divide by this number. The simply teacher is instructing to student will following that steps, and they are ultimately getting the answers or their objectives. This is the instruction. Difference between teaching and instruction is this much. There is a no interaction. In teaching there is an interaction, but here the interaction will be not there. The teacher will instruct, learner will follow, and they will achieve the objective. This is also happens in sometimes classroom. We will simply instruct the student. Instructions are given for exams. The when we will use the term instruction in for example, in exam, instruction for candidates. Here how to come exam, what time to come, how to do, we are instructing. That is the, here the teacher and learner interaction is not there, but the teacher will instruct, the learner or students will follow, and they will achieve the ultimate goal. That time we will call as a instruction. But in common practice, instruction and teaching are interchangeable. We are using interchangeably these words, but these two words have slight thin difference. That is, the instruction does not have interaction between teacher and learner, but by practice in commonly we will use these both terms generally as a synonym. That is the what we call as a instruction. Teaching, sometimes teaching and instruction are used as a interchange in the common practice, but both have slight difference, some difference. Understood? समझ में आ रही है
Yes,
instruction?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Any doubt up to this? Confusion?
No, sir.
Okay. So this is the pictorial presentation of instruction. The content will be delivered by the teacher, does not involve the interaction between teacher and learner, but facilitate the achievement of teaching objectives. Instruction is a part of teaching. The simply teacher will instruct, the student will follow, and they will achieve the what are the teaching objectives. सिर्फ interaction नहीं रहता instruction में, teaching में सब बाकी सब same रहता है, सिर्फ interaction नहीं रहते. That time we call teaching as a instruction. That's all. Next, we will solve two questions up to this what we have learned. So, is my screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
The question is visible.
Yes, sir.
In this question, the assertion. What is the assertion? Teaching is different from conditioning. Reason for that assertion is teaching has a broader scope and aims to develop potential and intellect of a person. These type of questions we are called as a assertion and reasoning type of questions. They will give the one statement first, and they will give the second statement, and they will ask for the whether the second statement is reason for the first statement or not. This type of questions we called as a assertion and reason type of questions. समझ में आ गया आपको assertion and reason questions? First they will give the one statement, then they will give the second statement. They ask whether this reason is correct explanation for that first statement or not. These type of questions we call as assertion reason based questions. So now we solve this question. What is the assertion here? Teaching is different from conditioning. Is it true or false? Teaching is different from conditioning or not? Whether teaching and conditioning are same or that have some difference. All of you? Teaching and conditioning are same or both have some small difference? हेलो, समझ में आ रहा है आपको स्टेटमेंट? मेरा स्टेटमेंट क्या है? असर्शन टीचिंग इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम कंडीशनिंग. ये सही है गलत है? हेलो, प्लीज रेस्पॉन्स. Whatever may be the answer, even I also done mistake while myself reading first time.
Participants, feel free to answer.
Participants, please interact. Then only I will understand you are participating, because I am not expecting correct answers, or you don't feel shy, because even we also don't know in the initial time. Teaching is different from conditioning. That is the first statement. The second statement reason is teaching has a broader scope and aims to develop potential and intellect of a person. आपने first slide में देखा ना, teaching is a process that will develop the intellect of a person. So both statements are true. Teaching is different from conditioning. भाई teaching में condition में क्या difference होता है? Conditioning is also type, but both are not same. Conditioning will happen only certain type of stimuli we will give the response. So so that's why they are different. They are different. If both are same, why they are giving the terms like teaching and conditioning? Teaching only we are dividing conditioning, training, indoctrination, and instruction. When we giving different names, they are slightly different from the main teaching aspect. That's why the name is called, they have given conditioning and training, indoctrination, and instruction. So the first statement teaching is different from conditioning is true. समझ में आ रहे हैं?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Teaching and conditioning are somewhat different. Both are not same.
Same.
Conditioning is change of behavior, particular stimuli. आपके घर में कोई elderly person आते, you will stand up and give the respect.
Hello,
That is
sir.
the conditioning. In that condition only, that teaching will work. That's why
Hello, sir.
teaching and conditioning is true. Next one is teaching has a broader scope and aims to develop potential and intellect of a person. Whether this statement is correct or not. In the broader sense, teaching aims to develop a potential intellect of a person. Person का intellect improve करने के लिए teaching करता है. That is the correct one. That is the correct statement. So both A and R are correct statements. True. Then whether this R is explanation for A or not?
No, sir.
No.
Mhm. No, sir.
Uh, are you people want some break? 5 to 10 minutes. I have not seen the time. I am continuously taking. Are you want anyone want 5 minutes break?
No, sir.
Huh?
No, sir.
No.
No,
Okay.
sir.
So R is whether R is explanation of A or not. That is also they are asking. So A and R are true. The options both A and R are true, and R is a correct explanation of A. Both A and R are true, but R is a not correct explanation of A. A is a true, but R is false. A is a false, but R is true. C and D options are eliminated. We left with two options. Which one is correct?
A.
A,
B, sir.
B,
B, sir.
B.
B. So we will see the answer. So solution, both assertion and statement and reason are given true, and reason is given is correct because teaching is different. Teaching gives the intellectual action. That's why this explanation is supporting the statement A. Teaching is a broader sense intellect develop करता है, but condition lowest level of teaching उस पे क्या रहते हैं, that condition only we are responding, that for that specific stimuli we are responding. That is also teaching, but low level of teaching will be there. That's why it learning habits or behavior को change करता है, but teaching में क्या होते हैं, broader aspect that will change the intellect of the person. That's why the option both A and R are correct, and R is correct explanation for the A. That's why the A is A option, that is both are different. How we can tell both are different? Because teaching aims that it will bring the certain intellectual development, but conditioning that will behavioral changes. In category only we have seen that this slide, change in behavior conditioning. In that aspect, the option A is correct. Next, please participate whether it is maybe correct, wrong. Even we are also confusion with this type of questions, but we will discuss and we will learn. The next question, the teacher should promote. Option A, anxiety among the students to complete the syllabus in a hurry, harassing the students for completing the work, encouraging the interactive communication among students. Option D, punishment to a student whenever he puts a question.
C. Option C.
C.
C. C.
I will just try some. I just entered poll. All of you are able to see the polls.
No, sir.
No.
No,
Okay.
sir.
No,
Do-
sir.
Sir.
So I'm trying to import this activity, but we will do in the later class. Huh? So which one is correct answer?
C.
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 So yes, encouraging interactive communication among the students. The keyword communication in the teaching concept, we learn that communication between two or, so it will encourages the interaction between or communication among the student. That is the teacher should promote the encouraging and interactive communication among the students. So next, up to this, all of you clear? Any doubt?
Yes, sir.
If any doubt is there, you can also ask later on. Now we'll discuss about principles of teaching. So what are the principles of teaching? टीचिंग के लिए क्या क्या प्रिंसिपल, सिद्धांत बोलते हैं ना, सिद्धांत को, सैद्धांतिक क्या है टीचिंग का प्रिंसिपल्स? प्रिंसिपल ऑफ मोटिवेशन. व्हाट इज द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ मोटिवेशन? So it means creating curiosity among the students to learn new things. मोटिवेट करना है हम स्टूडेंट्स को. प्रिंसिपल ऑफ मोटिवेशन, बच्चों को मोटिवेट करना है. इफ यू आर स्टडी वेल, इफ यू स्टडी दिस, सो मोटिवेशन देना है. दैट इज नथिंग बट प्रिंसिपल ऑफ मोटिवेशन. देन प्रिंसिपल ऑफ एक्टिविटी. व्हाट इज प्रिंसिपल ऑफ एक्टिविटी? लर्निंग बाय डूइंग. दिस प्रिंसिपल स्टेट्स दैट स्टूडेंट्स एक्चुअली लर्न बाय डूइंग. हमने बोलता है ऐसा करना है, वैसे करना है, एक्चुअली दे विल लर्न बाय डूइंग. फॉर एग्जांपल इन आवर प्रैक्टिकल्स वी विल टीच अबाउट अंजना. अप्लाई करना है, अंजन को करना है. अगर हमने प्रैक्टिकल में इफ दे आर प्रिपेयर अंजना एंड दे विल अप्लाई अंजना, they will learn more effectively. That is learning by doing. It includes both physical and mental activities. For example, learners are asked to make charts and models. हमने एक मॉडल्स बनाने के लिए बोलते, चार्ट्स बनाने के लिए बोलते, कुछ तो प्रिपेयर करने के लिए बोलते. This is activity, learning by doing. What we are learning by doing is more effective one. That is the principle of activity. Activity करवाना है. For example, according to dosha, charts बनाओ बोलते हैं हमने बात पे, तो उसका डिपार्टमेंट में डिपार्टमेंटल एक्टिविटीज देते हैं ना बच्चों को, मॉडल्स बनाओ इसके ऊपर. सो दैट इज आल्सो लर्निंग इन स्टूडेंट्स. दैट इज आल्सो by giving activities, the learning will happens. The student will learn by doing activities, this type of activities. That is the principle of activity, learning by doing. Then principle of interest. By generating interest among the learners community, the effectiveness of teaching learning process can be enhanced. इंटरेस्ट जनरेट करना है बच्चों में और कम्युनिटी में. अगर हम इंटरेस्ट नहीं जनरेट किया टीचिंग प्रोसेस में, द ऑडियंस विल नॉट लिसन और लर्नर्स विल नॉट लिसन. फॉर एग्जांपल, हम लोग कुछ कम्युनिटी में जाके कुछ तो हेल्थ रिलेटेड एजुकेशन देने के लिए हमने गए. सो दैट पीपल, if you don't create interest, then the people will not gather, they will not listen. In classroom also, if you don't generate interest in among the students, then the teaching learning method will be hampered. That's why principle and interest means teachers should create interest in the learners or student. Then only the effectiveness of teaching learning process can be enhanced. Then principle of linking with life. What does this mean? Linking life with learning is more helpful as it makes the learning concrete and lasting. इसका मीनिंग ये है, whatever we learn in the classroom, as much as possible we can apply that in the real life, because we are teaching adults. Adults are they will apply this in the real life. Their real life scenario में वो लोग apply करते हैं. If you link the particular concept subject in the real life, how to in real life it works, how real life we are doing, then the teaching learning will become concrete, and it will be for a long time, or it is very good result will become. That is linking with life, real life experiences. Then it is giving more better outcome. That is learning become concrete and long lasting. That is the principle of linking with life. For example, अगर हमने दंत धावन के लिए ये चूर्ण बताए क्लासिकल में, ये आपको यूज करना है बोल के हमने टीच करते हैं क्लास में. अगर सही में बच्चे दंत धावन के लिए वही चूर्ण यूज कर रहे, सो दे विल understand that concept in the deeper, and they will generate knowledge, that learning is concrete. So they will understand easily what we are telling. वो काम करते हैं ये, that is function, because they are really experiencing that thing in the real life. Then it will give the more outcome or more learning. That is the learning become concrete and last. If you are telling daily yoga practice will give the better health results, Brahmi Murti Uttishte, if real life, if they are practicing, they will know the more about that thing. They will experience that teachings in effective manner. That is the concept of principle of linking with real life. Then principle of definite aim. That is, in this principle, optimal utilization of the resources. What are the resources available in the teaching processes? How we can use that resources and things available for teaching learning, how learning will be more focused. For example, in our college, resources are good. We will provide with all the resources, classroom, good classroom, audio, video projectors, and whatever tools needed for the teaching process. If you there, you can use. But if limited resources there, we can make the maximum utilization of available resource, and we should make the teaching learning more focused. If you have models, you can use the models and you can teach. In anatomy, if you don't have specimens, some colleges don't have the even cadaver also, then what is best possible? By using models or other tools, we can effectively teach the student. That is utilization of resource what are available in the that time. That is principle of definite aim. You have to ultimately that aim ko reach karna hai. What is halt? What is the anatomy of halt? That thing को that concept should be understood by the students. Students को पता होना चाहिए. हमारे पास हार्ट का आर्गन नहीं है हमारे डिपार्टमेंट में, लेकिन हार्ट का एक मॉडल है. So you can use that model and we will teach the student. Ultimately, the student should know about the anatomy of heart. That is the utilization of resource, whatever resource available effectively, and we come to the definite aim, what we focused, what we want to teach the students. That is the principle of definite aim. Then principle of recognizing individual difference. What is this? Every student is unique in terms of intelligence, attitude, abilities, socioeconomic background, and potential. The teaching method should be designed in such a manner to enable all the learners to get equal opportunities in life. इसका मीनिंग ये है, हमारे क्लास में 100 बच्चे हैं, 100 बच्चों में हर एक का इंडिविजुअल डिफरेंस है. कोई बच्चे सिंसियर रहते हैं, हम क्लास में एंटर करने के बाद चुपचाप बैठते हैं, टीचर क्या बोलते हैं वो प्रीवियस क्लास का नोट्स निकालते हैं, साइलेंटली बैठते हैं, उनको क्यूरियोसिटी रहती है आज क्लास में क्या बोल रहे हैं. कोई कोई बच्चा रहता है उनका बिहेवियर अलग रहता है, और कोई कोई बच्चे को मेरा मेथड ऑफ टीचिंग समझ में नहीं आते, कोई कोई बच्चों को स्पीड ज्यादा लगता है मेरा टीचिंग का, किसी किसी को बहुत स्लो लगता है, किसी किसी को समझ में नहीं आते. बिकॉज एवरी इंडिविजुअल हैज सम डिफरेंस, डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ रिसीविंग कैपेसिटीज. Maybe the sharp, intelligent student will easily understand the concept. Some low intelligent student will understand later on, or he may ask for repetition. So we should identify the individual difference. Some socioeconomic background, some students are comes from the low economic background. Their mind state, their psychology is something different from background with rich background, and other abilities, other things will especially every individual is different. So we have to identify that individual difference in the students, and we have to teach according to them. Ultimately, all the learners should have the equal opportunity to learn that, and all are ultimately we should teach them, and all of them are should receive what we are telling according to. If you not make the individual difference, if I teach everyone in the classroom are intelligence, then that is not possible, because diversity is there, individual difference. For example, 3-4 बच्चे weak रहता है, we will go near to them, we will ask them and whether you are understood. Especially in our classes, what happens, 2 to 3 NRA foreign students are there in our classroom. My English is different. Sometimes I will teach in the Hindi also. Then after the teaching that concept, I will specially ask for that foreign student, are you able to understand what I told? Then that student tell that, yes sir, I understood. Then only I can move the later on. If that student will does not understand, I will once again teach in his manner, his language. I will to try my level best to understand that person, because foreign that is also individual difference. He is come from other country and they have different socio-economic background, cultural background. So other students will receive easily but foreign student needs some extra effects, some extra things to understand this concept. That is the recognizing the individual difference in the students. Clear up to this? And certain students have different attitudes. Some students have attitude, some will disturbing the classes. We have to notice and we have to, according to their attitude, we have to manage the class. So that is the principle of recognizing the individual differences. Then principle of selection. The teacher should select the content that can be more relevant and updated to the learner objectives. This means whatever concepts we are teaching to students, the content, what content we are giving, that should be specific and relevant to the that topic and updated one. If you are giving this because every topic, if you search in the multiple books, multiple sources, lot of information will be there, but relevant to this student, relevant to this topic, relevant to this context, which is important one, that content we will select and according to our objectives. बच्चों को कितना चाहिए, बच्चों को क्या चाहिए, that one we should teach. And updated one you should, for example, in our preventive medicine, everywhere there is a update in the content. For example, in previous years, the reference body weight of men is 60. हमने पहले ये कहता था रेफरेंस बॉडी वेट ऑफ इंडियन मैन इज 60 kg. अगर 60 kg का रेफरेंस वेट मानता था, अभी वो चेंज हो गया. The reference weight of body weight of men is 65. So we have to update it. In previous edition textbook, they have written 60 only. For this batch, the knowledge is updated 65. If you reading that textbook, the students will read as a reference body weight of men is 60 only. We should update the things. Then if multiple choice questions, the question will ask, what is the reference body weight of the Indian men? They will give the option 60, 65, 55, 50. If student studied the word content only, they will mark the 60 kg. But actually that is updated, that a reference body weight has updated as a 65 kg. That is the importance of updated content. We can deliver the relevant and updated content in the teaching to fulfill the learner's objective. Then principle of planning. What is this? Every teacher has to certain time-bound objectives. Hence, teaching should be systematic to make the optimum use of resource within the time limit. Of course, teaching is a planning. Before going to the class, before teaching something to someone, we have some planning and time-bound. So time-bound is important. We have classes for 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 or so. In time-bounded time, we have to kept objective, this much portion, this much objective I want to achieve in this time, and in this systematic manner and usage of that resources within that time, all we should plan. That is the principle of planning. Planning, without planning, the efficient teaching method will not happen. अब क्लास होने के बाद पहले 10 मिनट मैं क्या करूंगा, नेक्स्ट 20 मिनट क्या करूंगा, नेक्स्ट 10 मिनट में क्या करूंगा, ये प्लानिंग होना चाहिए हमको. देन ओनली द efficient learning or good learning will happen in the classroom. Then principle of division. To make learner easier, subject matter should be divided into units. Then there should be link between the units. Particularly any concept, any subject, particular concepts क्या रहते हैं, बहुत difficult रहते हैं. एक ही बार हम उसको पढ़ाने के लिए गए तो कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आते. That concept we will divide as a units by units. एक एक point unit के जैसे divide करते हैं, unit को समझाते हैं हर एक unit को. Then we will link all the units. Ultimately, the student will understand that concept. that is the dividing the hard concept or hard subject as a unit. For example, if you are if you are teaching any nutrition subject, then we will divide the that concept as a unit by unit by. That is, first we will study about the units, macronutrients, that is the one unit. Next, micro units. In units, we will first learn about the carbohydrates. So we are doing this, but we have to apply efficiently in our teaching methodology. That is the principle of division. Lot of teachers will do this, lot of people also, we are practically doing this. So that one they are telling principle of division means the tough concept should be divided into units, that should be explained, then we should give the link between units. मैंने पहले ये बता रहा हूँ क्योंकि आपको ये डायरेक्टली बताए तो समझ में नहीं आते, पहले ये समझ लो बोल के एक यूनिट बताते, बाद में एक कॉन्सेप्ट बताते. वी शुड लिंक टू कॉन्सेप्ट, these based on these two concept, this is the main thing, main subject I want to teach you. आपको ये यूनिट्स है ना, ये अलग अलग नहीं है, तो आपको समझाने के लिए मैंने यूनिट्स बनाया, लिंक दिए. बेस्ड ऑन दैट लिंकिंग the learner will understand that subject matters finally. That is the linking between the units and dividing the subject in the different units. That is the concept. Then principle of revision, of course, to make learning more lasting. बहुत दिन तक याद रखने के लिए, बहुत दिन तक students को ये रखने के लिए, knowledge को revision should be there. Principle of revision. All teachers will ask for the revision. Revision करो. Class में immediate revision. After the class, tell me what we have covered in the classroom. Revise करो. किसी को उठाते बताते यार, what are the concept, what are the points we have covered today classroom, please revise, ऐसा बोलते हैं. और enter in the class, we will revise the previous classroom में क्या क्या पढ़ाई किया था, revise करो. So revision is important to make learning more lasting and knowledge will be more lasting. Revision is important. It may be immediately revision or repeatedly, बार बार, हर बार, हाँ बोलो, हर एक क्लास में हम वो कॉन्सेप्ट को, वो टॉपिक को हम रिवीजन करवाते हैं. दैट इज द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ रिवीजन. रिवीजन करने से लर्निंग विल बी मोर बेटर एंड इट इज मोर लास्टिंग. अप टू दिस क्लियर? एनी डाउट? ऑल ऑफ यू लिसनिंग?
No, sir.
समझ में आ रहे? कुछ बोरिंग लग रहे? कुछ
No, sir.
क्योंकि these all concepts are new and practical also. That उतना difficult भी नहीं है, लेकिन आपको बोरिंग लग रहा है तो भी बीच में we can change some strategies, change करके आपको अलग तरह से के भी बता सकते हैं. बट मैं अभी क्या कैसे आपको टीच कर रहा हूँ, उससे आपको कुछ बोर तो नहीं हो रहे, आपको समझ में तो आ रहा है ना, वो पूछना है बस मुझे. आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग द कॉन्सेप्ट? कॉन्सेप्ट आपको पता होना चाहिए, इसका मेन इंटेंशन, बाकी कुछ.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
अगर मैं कभी कभी इंग्लिश का भी बोलते हैं, हिंदी में भी बोलते हैं. द अल्टीमेट पर्पस इज यू हैव टू अंडरस्टूड द व्हाट आर द कॉन्सेप्ट. दैट इज द माय एम. नेक्स्ट, प्रिंसिपल ऑफ क्रिएशन एंड रिक्रिएशन. The principle of creation and recreation is nothing but make the classroom environment creative, engaging, and humorous. What I have asked for know you, whether it is class is boring, आपको बोर हो रहे हैं, कुछ तो करना है, टॉपिक चेंज करना है, कुछ तो क्रिएटिव. बिकॉज कभी कभी क्या होते हैं, बच्चे बोर होते हैं, क्या बोलते सर यही सुन सुन के बोर होते हैं. सो to teach that concept we have to make some humors. कभी कभी class seriously रहते some types of jokes, some types of change in the environment, creativity. थोड़ा अलग तरीके से हमको क्लास में creation and recreation किया तो some humorous, some joke करना, को कुछ तो इंटरेक्टिव बात करना, बच्चे को मोटिव करना, कुछ तो हम अलग तरीके से क्लास को फिर से इंटरेस्टिंग बनाते हैं ना. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज प्रिंसिपल ऑफ क्रिएशन एंड रिक्रिएशन. नहीं तो क्या होते हैं, टीचर पढ़ते जाते, बच्चे ऐसे सुनते नहीं सुनते, ऐसे फिजिकली बैठते. सो इफ यू फील क्लास इज गोइंग बोर, स्टूडेंट्स का फेस देख के तो पता चलते हैं हमको. सो देन दैट टाइम यू हैव टू रिक्रिएट द एनवायरनमेंट. क्रिएशन एंड रिक्रिएशन ऑफ द क्लासरूम एनवायरनमेंट. एनवायरनमेंट मुझे ठीक नहीं लग रहा है, कोई भी बच्चे नहीं सुन रहे हैं, उनका मुंह देखे तो एक्सप्रेशन से मुझे पता चल रहा है बच्चों को कुछ तो ये टफ लग रहा है या बोरिंग लग रहा है. सो मेक that classroom environment lively and humorous I will recreate the environment. कुछ तो जोक बताते हैं, कुछ तो अलग बाहर का एक कॉन्सेप्ट बताते हैं, बाहर का कुछ नया थिंग बता के मैंने क्लास का एनवायरनमेंट को रिक्रिएट करते हैं to more engaging of then student, they will laugh, they will make something, and they will teaching learning will continue. That is the principle of creation and recreation. Then principle of democratic dealing. It requires students to plan and undertake the different type of activities. These principles helps in the developing self confidence and self respect among the learners. मतलब क्या है डेमोक्रेटिक डीलिंग? मतलब क्या है, हमने हर एक स्टूडेंट्स को ऐसे फील देना है, हर एक बच्चा इज इम्पोर्टेंट, एवरी स्टूडेंट हैज capability, he can do different type of activities, he can achieve everything. That type of self confidence and self respect भी देना है हमको स्टूडेंट्स को. We also give the respect. ऐसा होना चाहिए बच्चों को. Teacher is also giving respect. The teacher have also respect with us. ऐसा नहीं है बच्चे हैं स्टूडेंट्स है बोल के we can't do the disrespect. बच्चे का मन में आना है. The teacher is also giving the respect. We are also having self respect. Even though we are student, we also have self-respect. That type of democratic feeling or dealing we have to done in the classroom. That feel should become in the student. That is the principle of democratic dealing. Up to this, any doubt, any query?
No, sir.
No,
Huh?
sir.
So next, sir is asking, it is one way like that I am delivering, the participants are not asking question or like that. So in initial class, in initial days, you should become more interactive. It will happens day by day, but you should be interactive. And please tell me any problem, any doubt, confusion. That is the main concern, because सुनने का टाइम बहुत इजी लगता है, आफ्टर दैट समटाइम्स इट विल थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट लगता है, लेकिन बार बार रिपीटेशन करने से, बार बार रिकॉर्डिंग देखने से, बार बार दिस स्लाइड्स आर मटेरियल व्हाट वी प्रोवाइड, दैट इज. बट वी विल हमका एक ये है, आप इंटरेक्टिव होना चाहिए आगे का क्लास में. सो मैंने क्या करते हैं क्लास में, क्लास करने के बाद क्लास में शुरुआत से अभी तक 30 मिनट्स में क्या क्या बताया, ब्रीफली यू हैव टू राइट डाउन, ऐसा करते हैं क्लास में. सो लाइक दैट अप टू दिस 23 स्लाइड्स, आई एम इन दी 23 स्लाइड्स. अब तक क्या क्या बताए, किधर से शुरू किया है, किधर तक आ गए, उसका बीच में कॉन्सेप्ट क्या क्या आपको समझ गए, आपका लैंग्वेज में, आपका परसेप्शन के तरह आप क्या समझ गए. कैन एनीवन ब्रीफली समराइज अभी तक हमने क्या किया है क्लास शुरू से अभी तक क्या किया है. एवरीवन शुड पार्टिसिपेट. इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट रॉन्ग राइट, इट इज करेक्ट, इट इज नथिंग, जस्ट इट इज इन्वॉल्विंग इंटरेक्शन. देन ओनली आप अगर कुछ बोलता है, मुझे भी कुछ नया पता चलता है, अरे मेरा टीचिंग के वजह से आपको ये कॉन्सेप्ट ऐसे परसेप्ट हुआ है, वो मुझे कब पता चलेगा, इफ यू आर गिविंग योर ओपिनियन, देन ओनली. सो ऑल ऑफ यू, कैन एनीवन टेल व्हाट वी डिस्कस्ड टिल नाउ, this 145 minutes? Briefly, 3 or 4 sentence or 2 or 3 sentence or whatever may be, as simple as elaborative as. आप क्या स्टडी किया, simply in your words, can anyone repeat?
Teaching and training,
हाँ.
teaching aptitude, meaning of teaching, and bipolar, tripolar, quadripolar. Next, training, meaning of the teaching,
Yes.
principles.
Okay. So because without interaction आपको क्या होता है, क्लास सुनने के बाद क्या है, याद नहीं रहती. You have to interactive आपको, that's why we are asking questions and we are telling you have to participate. Next we will have 15 minutes because still 10 slides are there. I will continue because syllabus is large and we have less time. So teaching objectives. So what are the teaching objectives? In some textbook, it is also written as a instruction objectives. Some textbook teaching learning objectives. Don't worry about that things. These are teaching objectives. So educational objectives, also we can call it as educational objective, cover a range of different types of intent learning outcomes. There are two main ways of classifying the educational objectives for intended learning outcomes. दो लोग है, बेंजामिन ब्लूम एंड अनदर वन इज गैग्ने एंड ब्रिग्स. दीज टू पीपल आर गिवन द ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ टीचिंग. अब टीचिंग का ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है, फाइनल ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है, फाइनल आउटकम क्या है, दिस लोगों ने एक कॉन्सेप्ट बताया है. उस पे पहले बेंजामिन ब्लूम ने बताया है. ही विल एक्सप्लेन इन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ डोमेन. इनका कहना क्या है, he will explain the outcome is ultimately in the domain system. For example, cognitive knowledge, cognitive domain, affective emotional domain, that is affective domain, then psychomotor domain. Whatever teaching we do, that will affect one or other way to these domains. That is the concept of Bloom's, that is Benjamin Bloom. That is what is Benjamin Bloom. According to Bloom's taxonomy, it is a set of three hierarchical models which is used to classify educational learning objectives into levels of complexity and specifics. एक मॉडल दिया है ब्लूम ने एजुकेशनल आउटकम्स का कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी एंड स्पेसिफिसिटी के अकॉर्डिंग. द मॉडल का नेम बेंजामिन ब्लूम रखा है क्योंकि ही प्रपोज्ड दिस मॉडल. Taxonomy means naming, nothing but naming. We don't what is taxonomy. Taxonomy is nomi means naming. According to him, the objectives of learning, he give this concept objectives क्या क्या होना चाहिए. Who chaired the committees of educators that advised taxonomy? Learning objectives three list में होता है. For example, cognitive domain, affective domain and psychomotor domain. So in this concept, Benjamin Blue का according to क्या है, three domains होता है. Whatever outcomes will comes, that will affect the three domains. For example, cognitive domain में क्या होता है, knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, evaluation. Are you able to see this pyramid? Cognitive का नीचे एक pyramid है ना, आप लोग देख रहे हैं cognitive?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In the base there is a knowledge, after that comprehension, after that application, after that analysis, after that synthesis, after that evaluation. From bottom to up, the level will increase. That is the concept in this pyramid. नॉलेज से बड़ा कॉम्प्रहेंशन. एक नॉलेज के बाद कॉम्प्रहेंशन करते हैं हम, कॉम्प्रहेंशन के बाद एप्लीकेशन करते हैं, एप्लीकेशन के बाद एनालिसिस करते हैं, एनालिसिस के बाद सिंथेसिस करते हैं कुछ नया, उसके बाद हम एवेल्यूएशन करते हैं. क्या बोलते हैं हम उसको, एक इंपॉर्टेंस बढ़ता है फ्रॉम बॉटम टू अप, और द थिंकिंग विल इंक्रीज और एप्लीकेशन विल इंक्रीज फ्रॉम बॉटम टू अप. इन अफेक्टिव डोमेन, receiving, responding, valuing, organization, characterization by value set. From in Benjamin, this Bloom's taxonomy, you have to remember in pyramid, from lower to higher, the complexity will increases. Complexity क्या होता है, बढ़ते जाता है. That is the concept behind this. We will learn one by one. First one is cognitive domain. दिस इज नॉलेज बेस्ड डोमेन. व्हाटएवर लर्निंग आउटकम आता है ना, उस पे एक थ्री डोमेन बताया ब्लूम्स ने. उस पे कॉग्निटिव डोमेन इज नॉलेज बेस्ड डोमेन. It includes the knowledge and development of a intellectual skills. The cognitive domain contains learning skills. This includes the hierarchy of skills involving processing information, constructing, understanding, applying knowledge, solving problems, and conducting the risk. After teaching, some object learning outcomes, like the person may apply that knowledge into the other place. He may able to solve problems. He may construct this some understanding. All these related to knowledge base, they categorize, Bloom categorize in the cognitive domain. So outcome as categorized as the cognitive, affective domain and psychomotor domain. Domain means his division, his domain में affect करता है. He is classified three domains. Domain means पर्टिकुलर स्पेस, इस स्पेस में ये काम करता है, इस जगह में काम करता है. इन इंटरनेट आल्सो वी हैव द नाम डोमेन. आपका डोमेन होना चाहिए, आपका स्पेसिफिक डोमेन होना चाहिए, कोई भी उसका लाइक दैट. दैट इज द वर्ड डोमेन इज दैट पर्टिकुलर पार्ट, दैट पर्टिकुलर स्पेस that teaching will affect. That is 3 domain he proposed. First one is cognitive domain. That is the first one. It deals with the knowledge, intellect, cognitive domain, learning skills, knowledge, applying, understanding. Everything will affect the cognitive domain. The whatever outcome if affect these things, that one learnings, knowledge, then it is we call as it is a cognitive domain. It is some concepts are improve the cognitive domain. Some are for psychomotor. Some teachings are affecting the our affective domain. That is emotional domain. That is the concept. Then in cognitive domain में क्या है? From bottom to up complexity level बढ़ता जाता है. That is complex सिटी. कैसे नीचे को नॉलेज रहते हैं, पहले किसी चीज का नॉलेज पता होता है हमको, उसके बाद हम उसको कॉम्प्रहेंशन करते हैं, बाद में उसका एप्लीकेशन करते हैं, एनालिसिस करते हैं, उसका सिंथेसिस करते हैं, एवोल्यूशन करते हैं. दिस इज द order we have to remember: knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evolution. We will now see one by one what is knowledge. Are you able to see?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please give a response whether. Hello?
It
Yes,
is
sir.
visible, sir.
Which slide it is visible? Knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis. These slides you are
Yes, sir.
visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The network.
So sometimes what happens because of net technology, technical problems, I am not able to see the whether things are going right or wrong. That's why I am confirming it. So one is cognitive domain में क्या होता है? Knowledge का मतलब क्या है? It is the ability to recall the data and information. Knowledge का मतलब क्या होता है? कुछ data information हमने recall करता है. That one we call as a knowledge. What is our knowledge? The ability to recall the data and information. आपका knowledge कितना है? हमने पूछते हैं ना, knowledge is nothing but the ability of recalling of particular information और data का बारे में हमको someone mic is open, please unmute. नॉलेज का मतलब क्या होता है? हमारा रिकॉलिंग कैपेसिटी कितना है फॉर पर्टिकुलर रिकॉलिंग द पर्टिकुलर इंफॉर्मेशन या डेटा को. फॉर एग्जांपल लर्निंग द टेबल्स 2 1 to 2 2 to 4 2 to लाइक दैट वी विल रिकॉल द डेटा और इंफॉर्मेशन. डेटा मीन डेटा और इंफॉर्मेशन को रिकॉल करने के कैपेसिटी और एबिलिटी को नॉलेज कहते हैं हम. व्हाट इज कॉम्प्रहेंशन? कॉम्प्रहेंशन इज द एबिलिटी ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग द मीनिंग ऑफ व्हाट इज नोन. नॉलेज के बाद क्या आता है? कॉम्प्रहेंशन. वी आर कॉम्प्रहेंडिंग समथिंग based on this multiplication knowledge. We are solving the mathematical problem. That is the comprehension. Comprehension is the ability of understanding the meaning of what we know. हमने information पता है 2 is to into 2 4 or something. We know the information. What is the meaning of that? Actually, what is meaning of that? That one we call as a comprehension. That is the, for example, student comprehending the multiplication based story problems. Then application. After the comprehension, what happens? We will apply the our ability. Application is the ability to utilize the use knowledge in the new situation. Application क्या है? अगर हमने ये ड्रग पर्टिकुलर सिचुएशन में यूज करने के लिए बताए, बेस्ड ऑन योर ड्रग नॉलेज you can apply use that medicine in the other situation. Based on that knowledge, you will utilize your knowledge regarding that thing and you will apply that same knowledge in the different situation. That is the application. Your application is nothing but the knowledge को different situation में हम apply करके वो problem को solve करते हैं. We will apply the our existing knowledge with the new situation. For example, कोरोना का बारे में हमको knowledge उतना नहीं था, कोरोना कोविड पैंडेमिक, but we have applied some knowledge already वायरस का बारे में, इन्फ्लुएंजा का बारे में, प्रीवियस नॉलेज को हमने ये दिस न्यू सिचुएशन में हमने अप्लाई किया. क्वारंटाइन करना है, आइसोलेशन करना है, सोशल डिस्टेंस करना है. वी हैव अप्लाइड दैट नॉलेज in the new situation. No one have experienced COVID before the 2020. So like that, application or uses of knowledge in the new situation. That is the application level. Then analysis. This refers the ability to differentiate facts and opinions, pros and cons. In this type of cognitive level में क्या होता है? We can actually analyze. We can differentiate what is correct, what is pros of this knowledge, what is cons. We are in the state of position that we can able to differentiate. This is correct, this is not. Your opinion is correct, you can modify. Like that, we will analyze the pros and cons of that knowledge. That stage we call as an analysis stage. Then synthesis. Synthesis is the ability to integrate different elements or concepts in order to form a sound knowledge pattern from which new meaning can be constructed. एक है हमने different source से knowledge लेते हैं. कुछ चरक में ऐसे बोला है, सुश्रुत में ऐसे बोला है, अष्टांग में ऐसे बोला है. We will integrate all the elements concept in order to tell new concept or something new in the new sense, new meaning. We will construct this some concept based on integrating the different concept from different places. That is the ability synthesis. आप एक particular नया disease है, उसका संप्राप्ति क्लासिकल में बताया नहीं तो भी हमने उसका रिलेटेड सब्जेक्ट एलिमेंट्स को हमने कॉन्सेप्ट को इंटीग्रेट करके हाँ इस पे ऐसे वर्क करता है. न्यू मीनिंग वी विल डिराइव, वी विल अब एक नया न्यू मीनिंग कंस्ट्रक्ट करते हैं. दैट इज बाय यूजिंग द डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ कॉन्सेप्ट वी विल इंटीग्रेट, वी विल मैच एंड वी विल कम अप विद न्यू मीनिंग विल बी कंस्ट्रक्टेड. ये वर्ड को ऐसे भी समझ सकते हैं हम. It will happens only if you have different concept, different type of knowledge in your mind. ये वर्ड को ऐसे भी हम समझ सकते हैं, इसका मीनिंग ये भी हो सकते हैं, इसका मीनिंग ये भी आप लिख सकते हैं. ये कब होता है? आप different types of concept you have to integrate and have a sound knowledge. Then only you can give the new meaning for that concept or that particular thing. That is the synthesis level. The complexity is increasing. For example, knowledge में क्या आते हैं? Simply we will recall the information and data. Comprehension में understand करते हैं what is that information, what is. Then application में क्या होते हैं? We are applying the our cognitive level का capacity ज़्यादा हो रहा है. We are going from lower to higher order. Knowledge to comprehension, comprehension to application. Application से we are able to analyze what is facts, what is opinion, what is pros and cons, what is right or wrong. That is we are analyzing. Then synthesis. Synthesis में क्या होता है? Higher level. Analyze से ऊपर we are synthesizing new meaning by integrating different type of concept. This is analysis से ऊपर का cognitive level है. Then evaluation. Evaluation means the end engenders the judgments about the value of a material and methods for a given purpose. Evaluation means it is the highest. We will evaluate. Yes, this is for this purpose and this is the correct one, that we will evaluate it finally for that thing or for that knowledge. That is the highest level of cognitive level. Now you see this pyramid. आपको समझ में आ रहा है? Knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis and evaluation. The cognitive level, from base to up, it will goes to the complexity. समझ में आ गया ये क्या है कॉग्निटिव डोमेन? एक 6 एलिमेंट आपको पता होना चाहिए कॉग्निटिव एलिमेंट में. Knowledge is nothing but recalling the data, information, comprehension, understanding that information. Application means the ability of applying that concept or that understanding in the new situation. एक नया अलग situation में आपने वो knowledge apply कर दिया. That is your application level. Then analyze कर दिया whether it is this is correct or not, this opinion, pros and cons. Analyze करने के level में जा रहे हैं. That is the higher than the application. Then synthesis, something you are finding new meaning or new concept by because of integrating by different knowledge, sound knowledge. You are mixing or integrating different concept, and you are come up with new meaning or new concept. That is the synthesis. Then finally the evaluation, that is judgment about the value of material methods. Yes, this is for this thing, this is this one. Finally you are evaluate in the state of evaluation. That is the highest state of the cognitive level. This will usually happens in this sequential manner only. Directly from knowledge application will not happen. Without comprehension, without understanding that information, without comprehending that information, we can't don't have the ability to apply that knowledge in the new situation. समझ में आ गया आपको क्या है इसका कॉन्सेप्ट कॉग्निटिव डोमेन का? डायरेक्ट नॉलेज से डायरेक्ट एनालिसिस कर नहीं सकते हम. वी आर गोइंग सीक्वेंशियली. नॉलेज, कंप्रहेंशन, एप्लीकेशन, एनालिसिस. कॉग्निटिव में ये होता है एनालिसिस, सिंथेसिस, एवल्यूशन. किसी किसी का बेस्ड ऑन इंडिविजुअल कैपेसिटी, कोई नॉलेज तक होता है. ही इज एबल टू रिकॉल ओनली इंफॉर्मेशन. अगर कोई स्टूडेंट और इंडिविजुअल उनका IQ अच्छा है, उनका एनवायरनमेंट बेस्ड ऑन टीचिंग मेथड्स, he may do the comprehension, he may start to understanding what is the meaning of that concept. Further, that if student is more able to more able one, he may apply that concept in the new situation. नेक्स्ट इससे भी ऊपर अगर कोई स्कॉलर स्टूडेंट है, ही कैन एनालाइज व्हाट इज थिंग. दिस विल हैपेंस बाय स्टेप. बट इन विच स्टेज तक हमारा कॉग्निटिव डोमेन में हम जाता है, कौन सा डोमेन स्टेज तक जाने के लिए हम टीच करते हैं, इट इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम पर्सन टू पर्सन, डिफरेंट फ्रॉम सब्जेक्ट टू सब्जेक्ट, एवरीथिंग. सो दिस इज इम्पोर्टेंट. क्लियर दिस वन कॉग्निटिव डोमेन?
Yes, sir.
Now time is
Yes, sir.
9 o'clock. Shall I continue or I will stop? If you tell continue, I will take another half an hour, but opinion is yours. If I continue, I will continue. Otherwise, we will continue in the next class. What is your opinion, participants? Because we are time bonding restriction to time. That's why. So I will give my opinion. I will stop to this. We will continue from the next class, because already from 2 hours you are listening. Excessive information is also may create some confusion. So up to this, I will stop the my teaching process here. This slide. In next class, we will continue from the this concept, cognitive domain. Or if you wait for 5 minutes, I will briefly summarize next slides. That may help in the next class. Just I will summarize the next domains briefly. The next one is affective domain. Affective domains means this domain involves the feelings, emotion, attitudes. Then this is called as a affective domain. For example, आप कुछ emotional फील हुआ, कुछ तो टीचिंग के वजह से, कुछ तो हमारे टीचिंग की वजह से आपका इमोशंस को कुछ चेंज हुआ, आपका फीलिंग्स में कुछ चेंज आया, आपका मोटिवेशन हुआ, आपने आपका एटीट्यूड चेंज कर दिया. दैट माय टीचिंग और अफेक्टिंग योर अफेक्टिंग डोमेन. वो कैसे होता है? रिसीविंग, रिस्पॉन्डिंग, वैल्यूइंग और ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. दैट इज वी विल डिस्कस इन डिटेल इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास. लास्ट वन इज psychomotor domain. So particular teaching or training will if that comes in the physical, you are able to physically do that, manipulate that instrument or tool, or you are physically, if you are doing that things by my teaching or training, that affected your psychomotor domain. Then that when we call a psychomotor domain, how the psychomotor domain will work, will by observation, manipulation, precision, articulation, naturalization, we will see in the next class. Just we have to remember Bloom's taxonomy. 3 domains are there: cognitive, affective domain, and psychomotor domain. We covered up to cognitive domain. The next classes we will start from the affective domain and psychomotor domain and other topics in the next class. So any doubt? I will stop my screen sharing. So any doubt? Any suggestion, any feedback, you are free feel to message, interact. Ultimate our aim is to you have to take some knowledge and you have to crack the NTET. That is our main primary aim. Any doubt, please respond. If you have doubt, yes. If you don't have any doubts, we will stop this class.
No, sir.
Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So I will end this class with I am assigning one work for all the participants. In the new syllabus, NCISM syllabus, they have mentioned the new syllabus user guide manual. इन यूजर गाइड मैनुअल में क्या है, ये सारी चीजें बताए हैं. उस पे C3 बोल के एक पोर्शन है, learning objectives. C3 column में they have mentioned particular concept will affect the cognitive psychomotor development. So in user manual they have explained the what is learning objective. In that they have mentioned what is cognitive knowledge, cognitive comprehension. So you have to read that material, and in your subject, फॉर एग्जाम्पल मेरा स्वस्थ होता है इन दिनचर्या टॉपिक ब्राह्मी मुहूर्त का कॉन्सेप्ट कौन सा डोमेन में आता है. दे हैव मेंशन्ड वेदर इट इज नॉलेज बेस्ड, comprehensive based, and whether it is it will affect the psychomotor domain. They have mentioned in that column C3. So that is the work. We have to read that user manual. All of you give the one example of your subject. For example, मैं दंत दावन कौन सा डोमेन का इफेक्ट करता है, आउटकम शुड बी देयर. दे हैव गिवन द नॉलेज एंड some attitude, CAL, CAKK, they have given the abbreviation. You have to see what is that and you have to tell in the next class. Reference is NCISM syllabus user manual, and you have to give example from your subject. For example, for third year, Shalya, Keshi, Shalakya, you don't have syllabus, you have to go to the other subject, you have to give the just one example. Why I am giving this task? That is practical application of this class. Nothing but application of this class. What we have discussed, these domains, everything, they have classified the subject concept based on this. You have to see and please tell in the next class. This is the work I am assigning to you. So I will stop this. Sir, Rohit sir, any suggestions or anything we want to
sir.
discuss?
Because as it is, the participants are already MDs, they have already finished their MD. I feel that unless you interact, you won't be able to understand, or you won't be able to remember, or you won't be able to learn. Because tomorrow you are going to become teachers, but to become a teacher, you should become a good student. So what I feel is you should try to interact. It does not matter whether the answer is right, wrong. You will come to know only when you try it. If you try and if there is any mistake, we are here to guide you. But please be interactive. And as sir has mentioned, different methods of learning and different stages of learning. Now you are into the third stage of learning. For example, the first one is like formal education, second one is informal education, third one is non-formal education. Now you are into non-formal education. So here it is almost like self-guided. So you should be able to guide yourself and you should be able to get involved into the classes and you should be able to interact. Only then you will be able to learn these concepts. And after that, you should be able to apply these concepts into your classes. And according to the teachings of Ayurveda, you should try to implement these things. Because the teaching methods are explained for every stream. It is common for all the education systems. In that, what is applicable for us, what are the methods that are applicable for us, those things we should try to understand. For example, I will give one small example. In the cognitive domain, we have knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. Fine. So, if we read Ashtanga Hridaya Sutrasana first chapter, there Arunadatta explains about 3 stages of learning. That is, first one is Patha, second one is Avabodha, third one is Anusthana. Fine. So, Patha is first we should by heart the shloka. That means we should have a preliminary knowledge. We should have a fact and figure. We should have some information. only then, once we by heart, only then we are able to understand its meaning. That is called avabodha. What is avabodha? Comprehension of the knowledge that we have, comprehension of the facts and figures that we have. And we should try to understand what this particular piece of information makes sense, whether it makes sense or not. If it makes, what is the sense? Then only then we go to the third stage, that is anusthana, that is application. Whatever the knowledge we have understood it in a better way, we have comprehended it, then we will apply it. When we apply, then we will be able to understand whether it is right or wrong, whether it is applicable to me or not. Then we will be able to analyze it, and then we will be able to synthesize whatever we have learned by our own experiences. Only then we evolve. Only then we evolve for a better things for us. For example, this is applicable for me, this is not applicable for me. That knowledge will come only when we implement it in our life. So like this, if you what you should do, whatever you learn here, whatever teaching methods are explained here, all these things, you should be able to understand them, you should be able to inculcate them, and you should be able to implement those things in your teaching. So what I feel is, unless you interact, you won't be able to learn. So this is my small suggestion. This may be right or wrong. You analyze by yourself. So this is also like one small exercise. Some information I have given, some comprehension I have given. Now what you should do, you should try to implement it, and you should see how it works. The third stage you should do. Anusthana you should do, and you should try to understand. You should try to analyze whether it is right for me or not, whether I'm able to interact or not, whether I'm able to understand and not able to interact. All these things you will come to know only when you try. Okay, with this, I think we will conclude today's session. And one more thing, because the concepts are very broad, uh, we thought of only 1 hour class, but because of all these details, and because it is first time for everyone, so we are taking the classes for 2 hours. It depends on the concept of that day. It may be of 1 hour or 1.5 hour or 2 hour. The classes will run according to the needs of the subject. So be prepared, go through the user manual, because ultimately tomorrow you are going to teach. So you should be able to understand the syllabus in a better way. Only then you will be able to implement the syllabus. So with this, shall we conclude, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So what sir told, that is also important. Sir is summarizing or overviewing in the knowledge of Samhita. So in our classics also, everything is explained, but what should we do? We don't know. So like that, everything will be there. So like that, this is what I have teaching from modern aspect. But actually, Samhita is also telling the same thing in the different manner. So like that, this type of interaction, multiple teachers interaction gives you more knowledge and more information regarding these things. So with this, I will stop my class. I will stop the recording, and I will end this session. The participants can leave the session now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.